Hi, my name is Abby Linville, and this is the second part to my Module 12 case study for EDL 850. So I've already gone over two of my options, and now I'm evaluating my third option. The third option is to destroy all of the flash drives and remove all of the software off of the teacher's classroom computers. But on top of doing those two things, I would also take the time to educate the stakeholders on all copyright laws. The pros of this option would be that the school would be protected and the teacher would no longer have those copyrighted materials, but it would also take some steps towards preventing this from happening again in the future. The teachers and the PTA members would get an understanding of copyright laws and why it's important to follow them. We would also take steps towards preventing this from happening again. It would help to preserve the relationship between the principal and the school teachers and the principal and the community members as well. It would also help promote the success of all the adults and the well-being of all of the adults in the school district, including staff members and parents, and hopefully by them having some knowledge about the copyright laws, they can then pass that information on to the students as well. The cons of this is that the school could still the school culture could still be affected. The PTA members or the staff members may feel like they think it's okay to continue to break those copyright laws, and they may be pushing back on some of that education that the principal would want to be doing. This option also does not involve a formal reprimand of the library media specialist, and that could be a con to it as well. So when looking over all three of the options, when I look at option one, taking no action at all, I automatically know the biggest con of that is that the laws will continue to be broken, and that is something that legally and ethically I would not, as a school leader, be okay with. So automatically option one would go off of the table for me. So then it would be between option two and option three. And the major difference between the two options are, in option two, the library media specialist, Mrs. Lynn, would be reprimanded in some way. And in option three, that option is not on there. Also, the other major difference between number two and number three are that in option number three, there would be an opportunity to educate the community stakeholders and the school teachers on what copyright laws are and what it means to break them, and why we should be following them. And it would also give us an opportunity to explore the district copyright policy as well. When I'm looking at those two options and weighing the pros and cons of both, the major con I could see from option two would be that I think not educating the teachers would not be preventing this from happening again. And it also would have an effect on the culture, because I think if they didn't understand the why the computer programs were being taken away, there might be a lot of pushback that would be damaging to the principal's relationship with the teachers and the PTA. I also think that a con could be in number three, that the library media specialist isn't reprimanded in some way for breaking those laws. The problem I have with reprimanding the library media specialist is I don't think her intention was to do any harm. And even though she did break those copyright laws, I don't think she intended to. I don't think she truly understood the weight that breaking those laws carry. I think she just wanted to do what she saw was best for the students. And I truly think with some education that she would come around to those ideas, that really isn't stretching the dollar, could end up costing us more in the long run. And I think it would be fair to give her an opportunity to be educated on copyright laws and to make better, more informed decisions in the future. So with saying that, I think option three is the best option, because it allows her to learn from the situation, and it also provides the school leader with a chance to educate all community stakeholders on copyright laws to ensure that this doesn't happen again. So now it's time to implement that decision. So the first step I would take is to inform the superintendent of what has happened and what the plan is going forward, trusting that he or she would agree with this plan. would be the first step, and taking any feedback that they may have about the plan and making adjustments from there would make a decision about how I move forward. But let's say that he or she agrees with the plan, then my next step would be to contact the library and media specialist. I think it's really important that she is the first contact. So I would sit down and talk with her, go over the copyright laws, this district copyright policy, and take some time to educate her on why making those copies were wrong and what type of risk she was putting the district at. I truly think after that conversation, we can provide some clarity about why making the copies was not the right decision, and make a plan going forward for if she feels like we need something or we need more access to more programs, that she understands that she can come to the school leader and have a conversation with them so that they can make a plan to put some spots in the budget to allow for funds to open up to purchase more programs. The next step would be to call a staff meeting. In the staff meeting, we would explain, considering that all of them had asked her, many of the teachers had asked her to make those copies, they need to have an opportunity to be educated on copyright laws and the district's copyright policies as well. So I would call a staff meeting and make sure that I explain explicitly what those laws are. The same thing, conversation that we had with the media specialist, where we talk about what is the weight that the district carries if those laws are broken and how it could affect them personally as well. And then review those district policies with them. After that, and that everybody is all on the same page and we understand why those programs cannot be on the classroom computers any longer, I would then destroy all of the flash drives and remove the software programs off of all of the classroom computers. They can be maintained in the computer lab only, but they would not be able to be on individual classroom computers any longer. And then after that is all done and completed, I would set a meeting up with the PTA president, and we would go over the same thing that was addressed in the staff meeting. We would address what the copyright laws are, the weight it falls on the district if those laws are broken, and review all district policies with them. I would review that with the PTA president first, and then we would take that and communicate that to all the community stakeholders that are involved in the PTA meeting as well, and make sure that we're all on the same page about what copyright laws are and why it's important that we not break them. The next thing would be to discuss with the PTA that we do need more funds. We need more funds to be set aside for technology because it's something that would benefit our students and that our teachers are asking for and feel like they need to help support them in the classroom. So I would ask that the PTA evaluates their budget and comes up with a plan to allocate some funds aside in the future for us to purchase more programs. That might include making a plan to increase the amount of fundraising that we're doing, or if we can look at our budget and decide some other areas that might not need as much funding coming in the next school year, so we can make a plan to purchase those programs. I would also then continue on so that this situation doesn't happen again. I would review the district copyright policy with the classroom teachers and at PTA meetings on an annual basis, making sure that everybody is on the same page and that the expectation is clear that when we purchase a program that we follow the copyright that is listed on it, and we always make sure that we are following fair use guidelines in our school. Thank you so much for listening to my case study. Have a great day.